Chris,
Yeah.
today we're going to be doing long form shorts, which is really weird to be saying that because I remember when I started dating, that's what girls used to call my penis.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, it's a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And guys, girls, all in between, this is a Panic Fest 2025 edition. This is going to be the long form shorts. Now, if you don't know what a long form short is, Chris told me it is something that's not too long, not too short, but it's just right.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, it's kind of nebulous, but they're generally less than 45 minutes. They're longer than, they're longer than most things, most shorts. So long form shorts, they don't get a whole lot of love. Everyone likes the shorts, don't like the long ones, but this one's just in the middle. Like these, all these are about 50, about some of them are 20 minutes, some of them are the shortest one in here is 16 minutes, or 15 minutes, but they're all generally about 15 minutes but less than like an hour, So, but the ones we hear, me and Neil, we were there for the long form.
Yes. Now this one, Chris isn't allowed to do any clips, or if he is, he didn't.
Not necessarily allowed to do clips on these right here.
Yeah. We're not allowed to do clips on any of these or anything like that. So you won't be hearing those awesome clips that we do on every other episode. There's no new segment on this episode. This is just purely us talking about what we experienced at Panic Film Fest. So I just don't want you guys to, freak out and be like, oh, why isn't there the news? And why isn't there this? And
blah, blah, blah. Just so you guys know, there will be a regular episode coming out on Thursday when we do that stuff. But right now we're talking about Panic Fest. Because we fucking loved it.
Regular? What are we doing? Have we even talked about?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about Warfare to see that movie. But...
All right, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, we'll talk about it after we get off this one. All right, so this week we're going to be talking all the movies, all of them now. So we got the chance now. The long form shorts. There was only one block, right?
Yeah, one block. They had some online too. One online block.
Yeah,
we're talking about the ones we saw.
So this is the block that we had here. Let me take that little ticker off of there so people can see that. All right, so it's Never Let You Go, Em and Emma Go Griffin Hunting, Destroyer, Till Death Do Us Part, and Hold Up. Now, these are all the ones that we're going to be talking about today. Each one of them is completely freaking different than the other one by far. Some of them are so strange and weird, I don't even know how to describe them. I don't know.
But I should probably introduce the show, right? Like, where are going to find us after we...
Oh, I forgot we do that sometimes. Yeah, Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
Find us on moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Instagram at TS Podcast. We're on Blue Sky at Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We're on WTMnet.com. That's W2 is in Movies Net. You'll find us there on a bunch of podcasts. Type our name into Spotify or wherever you watch podcasts. You'll find us there. If you guys want merch, go to Blackwood Productions at tpublic.com or search Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do on bonfire.com. If you guys want a sticker, just send us a message. We're easy to find. Or send an email, info@moviesdon'tsuck.net. We get a sticker free of charge. I'll pay postage. We'll pay postage. We don't want you to enjoy the stuff we sell. And what do we do for small businesses?
If you got a small business, let us know. We'll be more than happy to promote you right here on this lovely podcast because we love promoting people. We want to make people popular. We want to make people make money so they never have to live anywhere but in the wonderful world they live in now. And,
we don't need this. A sponsor today just be Panic Fest. I mean, that's really.
No, I know that's what it is. And if you gave me 2.5 seconds, I would have had it loaded up.
Okay.
You know, I freaking I didn't do a sponsor, and I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just load up some photos from the lovely Panic Fest that we were at. So yes, our sponsor today, because we are going to be talking about them all day long, is going to be Panic Fest. Panic Fest was founded in 2013 by Screenland Theater at Downright Creepy. The fest enters its 13th season as one of the top gender festivals in the world this year. They once again provide the variety option, the virtual option to attendees, so you can go to their virtual world and walk around and find things there as well, all over the United States via the intended platform, in addition to other festival features. Their feature is held at the historic Screenland Armour Theater. The theater has a rich 100-year history, and with 4 theaters that range from 250 seats to 45 seats. This is one of our favorite theaters. We're not in this picture, but this is one of our favorite theaters. No, this is one I just got off the website. Okay. Why you got to argue all the time? Can't you just fucking...
Sorry.
Anyway, this is what it looks like when you look at the theater screen, and this is what it looks like in the lobby.
Yeah, it's me
because Chris has to touch my chest every time he gets a chance.
Yes.
All right, so Panic Film Fest, literally go to panicfilmfest.com. Those are our buddies. That is where we were. And now let's talk some long shorts. What is first, Chris?
Well, the first one that we saw was Hold Up.
Hold Up?
Yeah, directed by Ori Guendelman. Directed and written by Ori Guendelman, starring Anthony Gonzalez, Kylie Rogers, Henry Eikenberry, Mike Mitchell, Jose Diaz, June Angela, Jacqueline Smith, and Carl Crudup. Neil, why don't you read the storyline for Hold Up? Are you there?
Yes. It's the way it's formed is weird, but I'll do it. Okay. The short film Hold Up, directed by Ori Guendelman, is a genre blending narrative combining elements of comedy, horror, and sci-fi. The story follows Marcus, a young teenager who accompanies his older brother on a drug deal. Eager to prove his maturity and gain social acceptance, Marcus bets that he can rob a nearby liquor store in exchange for an invitation to an exclusive party. However, once inside the store, Marcus discovers that his classmate Jenny works there and has witnessed and filmed his attempting shoplifting. The film features performances by Anthony Gonzalez, Kylie Rogers, and Henry Eikenberry. That's what I said.
You said bird, but okay.
Whatever. Why do you got to point it out twice?
All right. So this one is it's sort of like we said, they're all pretty different, but it sort of set the tone. Sort of because this one's kind of goofy, you know.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's really goofy.
Did you just throw the word kind of out for this one?
Sorry.
This one was now. If I remember, you said this one won the...
No, I think it was special effects or makeup.
Special effects, yes. Now, this one gets weird and wacky. The thing is, though, about some of these shorts, they're really good at doing the whole M. Night Shyamalan, oh, there's a twist.
Yeah, because this one doesn't start out like you would expect a Panic Film Fest thing to start out, but later on, like as it builds, you're like, this totally fits the festival.
Because Panic Film Festival movies are usually ones that are not for the normal people. Is that the best way to say that?
Well, it's a genre fest. It's gonna be like horror and sci-fi and thriller.
Yeah. And this one, at first, you're kind of like, okay, I get it, kid. Holding up a place. Okay. There's a little bit of twist. There's his friend. Okay. I get it. Someone else is trying to hold up the place too. Okay. Oh, shit. And that's literally the moment when it all twists around. And then you're just like, what the hell? And, gosh, who's that guy? I swear there's this dude that used to do sci-fi happy birthday wishes on YouTube, and he plays the cop, the rent-a-cop in there.
So real quick, I wanted to hold you actually. Hold Up won best long form short. The one this
I
one.
thought it did.
Yeah,
That's what I was asking.
And I think Gonzalez from this one won best actor for it on the long form shorts, and we'll talk about the other ones later on. But yeah, Hold Up won best of fest, and of these 5 that we saw, it was 5, right? Yeah,
there's 5.
This was probably my second favorite of them all.
Oh, that's right. We should do a top 1 through 5 on this one, shouldn't we? That'll make this easier. I'd have to agree. Chris, this is my second favorite one too. And I think for the first time ever in the history of us reviewing movies, I think our number 1s are going to be the same exact thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think I have this sneaky suspicion. We won't talk about it right now. But we'll get to it in a moment. But Hold Up is a good one. Is it available out there for people to find?
Not yet. The most almost all these things that are shorts will be, and even some of the movies talking about will be just circling festivals. These are really just shorts are hard to. They'll show up on YouTube every now and then, but they're kind of.
What's the app that we use to watch these things? Vimeo.
Vimeo. So, but not all of them are available. So I don't want to. But
so if guys, if you want to see this, you can message me.
No.
I'll start handing out my password.
Neil is joking. So we're not allowed to do that at all.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't want to get in trouble with the Panic Fest people.
We're not
everybody I met at Panic Fest. I had such a good time at Panic Fest.
But these are showing up in festivals. These all deserve to be festivals because they're. These all the ones I enjoyed to some effect. Each
one of these brought me joy.
Yeah, but Hold Up, it's definitely not what you think when you go in. But I had a really good time with this one, and
I think that's exactly why both of us love this one. It's literally the fact that we saw it in the beginning, and we're like, all right, liquor store robbery,
and
kids,
totally something different.
And then all of a sudden something happens, and you're just like. Why?
Yeah, and
what the hell?
It makes you want to.
What is going on?
Yeah.
What's that famous saying from the '90s? Make things that make you say
Yeah,
it's those things that make you say
Oh, I thought you were gonna do the masterpiece. I'll make you say no. But yeah,
that's 2000s.
Oh,
this is 90.
Director Ori Guendelman. I can't wait to see what he does next because this was a fun one. Hold Up.
So it's called Hold Up, guys. Here's one shot screen I did of it. This is one of the Hold Up people, and that's good old Ginny. That is the lady that you talked about, and that is not the guy that we're talking about. So
who is it? Really?
They even have a poster. I like the poster. Look at that.
Yeah, it sort of fits it. It sort of fits it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
It's. I mean, it's very Twilight Zone.
Yeah. So Hold Up. If you guys have, keep your eyes open for it. If you get a chance to watch it, we'd really like to. You really like to hear your thoughts on it.
It's really fun. We like the director. We liked it. It's seriously. It's number 2 on our. We did 5, so we're gonna list each one what number.
Yeah. They're
gonna be listed on, and this will be number 2 on our top 5.
Yeah. Next one, Till Death Do Us Part. Directed and written by Jacob Hamblin. This stars Dave Martinez, Jason Wade, Monica Moore Smith, and Maggie Scott. And this one was interesting because it was it was filmed like an old movie, like a silent film. And it had all the marks and the dust and all the stuff you'd see in it. And it was not my favorite of them. But I did like
Chris, you're missing a big part of what we do. You just skipped over it again.
What
skipped over? Hey Neil, read the description.
You didn't tell me to keep going if you're ready yet, Neil.
No, I pointed at myself twice.
Okay, Neil. What's the description for?
Say it out loud.
Neil, what's the description for Till Death Do Us Part?
Thank you, Chris.
Okay.
Till Death Do Us Part. Desperate to marry the love of his life, an undertaker's apprentice digs up the grave of a mysteriously murdered bride in an attempt to rob her corpse of its ring.
Yeah, so This was filmed in a. It looks like they used also natural light, so it has that feeling to it. We did talk. The director did talk about this movie after it was done, and we have a picture of us with them. Do you have that pulled up ready?
Oh, I don't know which one that was.
Oh man, I guess never mind.
I mean, I got. That's why I was trying to go through them beforehand.
Yeah, but yeah.
With you and there we go. Now I know which one it is. Okay, yeah. Okay, but yeah. So that's the problem. I took 200 pictures. Guys.
And you have to find.
I'm trying to go through them to like. I put them out there as much as I could.
Yeah, that's
the crew. Yeah. That's the crew right there. Which is funny because he's wearing a Nosferatu.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Now with me on this one was fun, but it got. I mean,
it was
weird to the
long-winded. I feel like because
it wasn't like it was long. That's the thing. How does a long-form short feel long-winded?
Well, it's like a sketch that you pull on SNL that goes on too long. That's why I felt like this one was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what causes that, Chris? Because it's only a long form short. It's not a 3-hour movie.
I know.
It's not fucking The Brutalist where it takes 17 hours to watch. It's like a little itty bitty, it took what, 20 minutes, 17 minutes? How long did it?
24 minutes.
24 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. The problem with this one is I don't feel like they explained well enough to the audience exactly why he was doing it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when the twist came, because this one has a twist too. Like I said, most long form shorts have a twist in them because they're trying to keep the audience, informed and in it. But by the time the twist came, it was kind of like, I don't care.
Yeah. It falls flat. It's like you're like, okay. That's what I felt. But that's not to say there weren't things I didn't like about this because I didn't.
No. The acting in it is great. When the two guys were talking back and forth, I got the storyline. But like, it was like I still don't understand. Was the ring cursed? Was the relationship cursed? Like, do certain characters actually know each other or not know each other? Was it all a part of imagination?
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of thought is maybe what they wanted to provoke.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that thought as in, man, I'm thinking deeply about this. It's that kind of thought that it's like, man, I'm just confused.
Yeah. I do like the style they did, old film style with all these imperfections.
I love the black and white cinematography.
It was interesting that way, but it didn't quite hit the mark for us, which makes it my probably the last on the list. My least favorite.
This is not the last on my list. I am going to put this.
This is number 5 of the 5 we saw.
I'll put this number 4.
Okay. All right.
Number 4 for me. Okay. I think it wasn't the least one I liked because I like that noir. I like the black and white. Yeah. That gets me right away.
The cinematography, Neil was like, "Oh, it's beautiful."
Yeah, it's beautiful. I loved it. I got weird with it. Chris was touching my leg in a pure way.
I was. Yeah, sorry.
It was nuts. He kept putting meat in my mouth.
Yeah. But
remember that, Chris?
Yeah, I did, and you were just like, "Please stop." And I said,
like, Chris, stop I'll tell you when to stop. And here's a picture of it right there. There he is.
That one, yeah,
right there, putting meat in my mouth. But so yeah, that's gonna be what we're gonna talk about. By the way,
I like how you made that photo our profile photo on Facebook.
I feel like that's us right there.
Yeah, it is kind of us. Yeah.
Chris is a deer in headlights, and I'm being weird for no reason at all. But till death do us part. That's what we feel about that one. Let's move on. What was the next one, Chris?
Never Let Me Go. Never Let Me Go. This is.
Never Let You Go.
Yeah, no, it's directed and written by Alex Domenici. Alex Domenici. God damn it. It stars Victoria Sintra, Nick Sampson, and Daria Saidi. Neil, once read the story for Never Let You Go.
A young woman's traumatic past resurfaces when a mysterious box arrives on her doorstep, setting forth a horrifying reality.
Now, Neil, this one felt like a fever dream.
That's what it was like. It felt like a fever dream, and in the fever dream, I woke up and I was like, I don't know if that even was a fever dream. Maybe I just had too much Coca-Cola before I went to bed.
That's probably it. That's it. I like this one, but I could see someone not liking it with the lack of cohesion. You know, because
guess who that person would be, Chris?
Neil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeet.
All right here, man. I'm the guy that doesn't. I disagree. I agree with you on the lack of cohesion. They have beautiful scenes in this movie that cinematography wise is just like. I mean, look at these are actual photos from the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, from the short.
The shots were framed right. The shots were framed right, but
yeah, it was framed right. Cinematography was great. But it was cringy. Is that the way to say it?
Were you uncomfortable?
I don't mean cringy as in like, in the way the subject matter was introduced about the woman and her past. Yeah. It's kind of cringy in the way where it was like, oh, I feel uncomfortable watching.
And this. Not in the way that you're supposed to feel uncomfortable, like you watch a Black Mirror episode. Not like that. But
Black Mirror just came back.
Yeah. I watched the first episode last night, and it's fucked up. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah.
Sometimes Chris doesn't know how not to spoil things, guys. This is why you don't listen to the
because I know Neil, and I assume he would get to it. But also, season 2 of Last of Us comes on tonight too. So.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I got 1 week till WrestleMania, dude. Next weekend's WrestleMania.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I've been watching all the wrestling and plus work and the charity things. Yeah. Anyway,
we got lots to watch. But yeah, Never Let You Go. It was shot right. There were really cool scenes, but these scenes didn't tie together in the way that I thought was most satisfying. You know, like.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with me. I didn't like it at all. Beautifully cinematography. Acting, all 3 things out of the park, great. But the cohesiveness of it, and like again, this is one of those that did a worse job, I think, than Till Death Do Us Part, because it kind of did. I didn't get it.
Yeah,
I didn't get it. I mean, and again, I don't want to spoil things, but there's a final shot of the short. When they're zooming out, and it kind of gives you the idea of what's going on, but at the same time, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And it's not like a good what. It's like, it's one of those whats where I'm just like, all right, so, and did any of this really happen?
Yeah.
Or you know, like without going, I'm trying to be as vague as possible on this one because I don't want to ruin this if you guys see it. But it's just the ending of it. It's kind of like, It
used color. I really enjoyed the color in it. The used color,
the coloring of it, and the acting in it. Again,
but lack of cohesion made it a bit of a not a chore to watch, but a bit of like, what really happened? You know, and not that we need that. This one I felt like maybe we did. And
so to me, that's why it gets the last spot.
Yeah.
To me, it was not the one.
Number 4 for me.
Yeah. This was not the one for me. But let's talk about let's not go in order.
Okay.
Let's do Destroyer next.
Okay.
For some reason, I just feel like that's the next one we should do.
Yeah. Destroyer, directed by Judd Myers. Written by Judd Myers and Colin Montgomery. This stars Frank Mosley, Anna Sergina, and Justin Locklear. Neil, why don't you read the storyline for Destroyer?
An instrument's compulsion to know his partner's secret leads him on an underworld descent where he makes contact with something non-human.
Now, this one was weird and creepy, and also it took place.
But it did it in a good way.
Yeah, yeah, and
it was like the other two. How there's that lack of cohesiveness. This one I got.
Yeah,
this one I was like, oh shit, I get what's going on here.
And this is actually filmed in Dallas, Texas. I'm from there, so I recognized places he was at, like that microphone building, and just where he was driving. I recognized all that stuff.
I think I went to Dallas once.
Oh yeah, you did go to Arlington. You definitely did. Yeah. You stayed there. Yeah.
I've like I think 7 or 8 times since I've lived here at Tulsa.
Yeah.
I've been down I've been Garland 3 times, Arlington 2, Dallas 7 times.
Were they all for wrestling?
No, I went there for Metallica.
Oh yeah, Metallica. All right, Destroyer though. Neil said yeah, exactly right. We were given something and we were able to hold it and follow it, and it was all tied together. And it was
really nice because it like at the beginning of it, it did make it feel like exactly how how it starts. That this guy thinks that his partner's like cheating on him and stuff like that.
He definitely has a little bit of proof too. You know, he's not just some insecure. He's insecure, but it's sort of, I would think that he's just justified and maybe think that something's going on.
Yeah, and then when he goes and discovers what's going on, it's a whole lot more than what he expects.
It's pretty fucked up, honestly. I love I love the sort of sneakiness this guy does. He really, everyone in the theater with this was holding their breath at points. You know, like trying to figure out what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, and by any means, like at one point, I thought demons were gonna like crawl out of the vents of this house that he entered. I didn't know what was gonna happen, and it was a very justifiable ending. I like this one. This is my number 3 short of the entire fest that we got to see. Again, it wasn't that long either. It was like this was one of the shorter ones, if I remember.
Yeah, this was it was 19 minutes. So the shortest one,
19 minutes.
The shortest one is actually the one we like the most. So
I mean, to give you kind of an example, something has to do with this. Right here.
Yeah.
And that's why I took a picture of it.
If you guys are listening,
not the big reveal, but it's part of the.
If you guys are listening, it's an altar with pictures, and there's a cow skull.
There's a big cattle skull because it was filmed in Texas, and they're like, "Oh, what kind of skull can we get anywhere? Well, just go to 7-Eleven and get a cattle skull."
Yeah, they were big on cattle there.
Because I don't know if you ever been to Texas, but every gas station sells cattle skulls. They do.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you are, but yeah, that's a Destroyer. We hope this gets released somewhere.
Yeah, it's one of those that we hope to see the director. What was his name?
Judd Myers.
I want to see more from him. I mean, everybody played their part well. Anna did a good part playing Joan. Like she was very, she looked very strong, but at the same time, they're very fragile. At the same time, like it was very everybody did their part in this one. And then there's some crazy special effects that happens that again, we don't want to give that part of the spoiler, but it's definitely worth the watch. So keep your eye out for Destroyer.
You ready to talk about our favorite one? Our favorite one that we saw?
Now the one that I held it off to the end.
Yeah.
Because I 100% knew. Because when we watched this, guys, me and Chris were in awe of it. Like, we still had other shorts to watch, and we couldn't shut up about this one.
Yeah. So
and we finally forced ourselves to be quiet.
Yeah.
So we could watch the other shorts, and it was like, we'll talk about it after. Yeah. Talk about it after.
We're talking about M and Selma Go Griffin Hunting, directed and written by Alexander Thompson. This stars Millie Shapiro. You guys remember Charlie from fucking Hereditary, one of my favorite movies of the past 10 years, and Pollyanna McIntosh from Walking Dead. Neil, why don't you read the storyline for M and Selma Go Griffin Hunting?
Set in the countryside of a depression-plagued 1930s America, our tale unfolds in an alternate past where adolescent girls are expected to fulfill a long-standing rite in which they hunt and slay a mythical beast of their mother's choosing and will not be accepted by society as a proper woman until they fulfill their sacred rite of passage hunt.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away about this one, but that's basically what it is. But I think what Neil and I really loved about this was the way it was shot, and
not only the way it was shot. First, the way it was shot was in black and white.
Yeah,
and so I got a still of it up now of the two ladies when they're talking. Yeah. The two of them in that still, beautiful. Like literally, you can pause any moment of this movie, and it's like it's a poster.
Yeah, that's how beautiful this thing is.
It is one of the most beautiful things ever. Now, the thing that really, really gets me is the CGI work on this film. Someone made love to it.
Yeah,
like look at this.
Yeah, there's a right way.
Look how realistic that looks.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do CGI, and this is the right way because, like Neil said, someone made love to it. It was beautiful. A lot of times people were like, use practical effects, but this one, man, like I couldn't get enough.
Look at that.
Yeah,
you can see the cracks in the skin, and you can tell that it's uneven and undone, and it's like you can see every individual hair and them collectively together. Like the eyes have that glass, but not too glassy. Like everything about these Griffins that they did in this movie is just one of the most ridiculously best thing,
and it had
in CGI.
It also had so much imagination. Like of all the things we saw on the shorts, long form shorts, this one was the most imaginative. The most felt like we were transported to some land.
Right.
Yeah.
And a thing about it is like also it's like, hey, this is the story. We're not going to give you all of it. We're not going to deep dive in the history, because I think that's the problem with some movies and entertainment these days is they just feel like they have to tell you everything behind something.
The interesting thing is that they told us a lot, but without telling you. It's 15 minutes. The short, but at the end, I felt like they knew the world, and not because they were feeding it to me. It just the way it was done was so beautiful, you know.
And the mystical beast.
Yeah.
Not just the mystical beast. I'm sorry. The book, like literally, they bust out a book that they're reading to learn more about the beast, the Griffins, and it's literally like that gives you enough information there. Why is there a mystical beast book of North America? Yeah. Like it's almost like this takes place in 19th century America if Hogwarts was in America and not in England.
But also, like, I mean, and also like most movies on here, but this one definitely, it's a fairy tale, but it's talking about things like trauma. It's talking about things about traditions that maybe need to be broken. That sort of thing in here. That's what this one's about, but it's told in such a fucked up and beautiful way because it's not. Yeah. And it's gorgeous. Millie Shapiro.
It's the relationship between a mother and a daughter, and between the fencing of the old school teaching the new school, and that certain traditions have to keep going. Mm-hmm. And some people questioning why those traditions have to keep going, which when a tradition is killing something for game, why is that still going? I mean, come on. We're not barbarians anymore.
Yeah, so I do want to mention that the Millie Shapiro won Best Actress in the one from shorts for this. Rightfully so. She's a great actress.
She is an amazing actress. This was good. I mean, again, she just not look at her. Boom. I feel like she's gonna stab me in the dark.
She might do that. But yeah, that was the long form shorts in this episode, and we recommend. So we'll go through again. Start at number 5. We liked the number 5 for Neil. What was your number 5?
My number 5 was the Never Let You Go.
My number 5 was actually Till Death Do Us Part. What was your number?
Till Death Do Us Part.
Yeah. Well, Neil, what was your number 4?
My number 4 was Till Death Does Us Part, but you were just Never Destroyer, right?
Yeah. No, I Destroyers. No, Never Let You Go is my number 4.
Never know it was 4. All right, but then I think we both agreed on the same top 3 together.
Yeah. Well,
So just our 4 and 5 was backwards, and number 3 for both of us was Destroyer. And we both like that. Again, good movie. Go seek it out if you can. Number 2, which was the number 1 of the Panic Film Festival, was Hold Up.
Yeah.
Which that one is just cool and fun and weird and happy and fun and all that stuff.
We liked it.
But yeah, we liked it. But man, beautiful wise, and Selma Griffin hunting. I'm sorry. That is just, that's a piece of art right there, man. That I don't even know like how I can describe that to anybody else except for it's Griffin hunting done right.
Yeah, and it was gorgeous, and we recommend the long form shorts if you guys can find them somewhere. I'm sure they'll be at your local film festival.
I'm sure. I mean, and if not, go look it up in the virtual. Go look it up in the virtual.
It's not available. This is not available on the virtual.
They're not there anymore. I know they were there a couple years ago.
Yeah,
but maybe that's pandemic.
Yeah, but they don't keep these year round. So they'll pop up somewhere. Keep your eyes open for them. We really hope you guys get to see these on film shorts because they're worth going to some trouble to see for sure.
And remember that what we're talking about today is, of course, the wonderful place we like to call Panic Fest. Panic Fest is our favorite place to go in the world. If you want a Disneyland that's full of blood, guts, and gore, that's right. Panic Fest is the place to go.
Yeah, we loved it. It's my favorite time of year. You ready to get out here? Well, I gave her information.
Let's get out of here. Yeah. That was the long form shorts of the wonderful Panic Film Festival. Chris, hit the extra. That was another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, guys, no matter how much she loves you, if she doesn't think your short long is formed, then your form is long, and you should short that form right in her face. You have a good day.
All right, we'll see you guys in just a second, actually.